Oh, that sounded good.
Look at that.
Are you okay?
I nearly got this over you.
Well, welcome to Series 3 of Junctions and Stuff. You thought we'd gone away, but no, like a bad smell, we keep turning back up again. And on the subject of bad smells, hello, Richard.
Hello, and it's great to be back.
It
I
is.
would prefer to be described as a bad rash, to be honest.
For those of you just tuning in for the first time, I'm Adam from RailStuff, and you are?
I'm Richard from New Junction, that most people will commonly know me from.
Indeed, yeah. We are directly in front of each other, but we can't see each other.
It's weird.
There's a big screen in the way. But where are we, Richard?
So we are in the brand new RailStuff HQ
Yeah.
in one of your offices.
Yeah.
It sounds grand.
Oh,
And
when you say
it is
one
grand.
of my offices, that makes it sound like I've got multiple offices. I've got...
You do have multiple rooms.
Yes, yeah, but others are being used for storage and postage and things. This is my office, yes. So
Yeah, you have 5 rooms in here. I can count.
1, 2, 3... Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. By the way, anyone who thinks I've gone proper posh, these rooms are quite small. And it's in a wooden hut. But welcome to RailStuff HQ. It's nice to have you over here for once. And also, the last time we recorded, it was absolutely freezing. And we had to stop every now and again so that you could turn your diesel heater on. So thankfully, it's not quite like that today.
I was thinking the irony is now it's so warm outside, we're having to stop to put the air conditioning on temporarily.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It has been warm, but it's been quite a while since we sat down and recorded. I'm going to mention the other podcast now, but fair play to them. I don't quite know how they manage it every week, sometimes twice a week. God love them, but they are having a bit of a summer break, and we were due to come back anyway. So timing's kind of worked out quite nicely. But it has been a while since we last sat down and chatted. So what's going on in your world?
It feels as busy as ever. Normally you'd expect the summer, particularly in the model railway hobby, to quieten off as the weather's been very hot, as you mentioned. But I don't know why, it just feels like we're going at full pelt.
Yeah, it kind of makes me worry a little bit about what happens when summer's over. Because if it's going to pick up, then that's going to be very busy. But it's good. It feels like the industry is in a fairly good place. Although I think there are a few people that are finding it tougher than others. But I think definitely some folk have been out of the modelling room a little bit more than normal because of the heat. We're just kind of coming off the back of heat wave number 2 or 3 over here in the UK. So anyone who's listening from elsewhere, our heat waves are like your slightly warm days, but our buildings are designed to retain heat, so we all die when it gets hot, basically. It's the hobby still feels in rude health.
The hobby is in fantastic health. I do think we're in a period of shift. So things we've been traditionally used to are shifting and bubbling away under the surface. But no, it's absolutely a healthy industry. Yeah.
And what's going on New Junction?
New Junction, blimey. So I'm doing a bit of ballasting. I'm doing a bit of. I feel like I'm doing more projects than I would normally do in the winter season, the modelling season. A lot of it thanks to RailStuff. And your paint pens are my current. I've just discovered, actually walking in here, that so I thought I had the mega box of AK paint pens, shameless plug, which is, how many colours is it?
34.
34. And you've got 2 more full boxes of different colours. And it's, oh my word, I'm going to have to save up.
To be clear, they are different ranges as well. So there's play markers and quick markers. So they are slightly different ranges. One's kind of like for tabletop gaming. The other one is some quite vibrant colours. So yeah, I haven't really pushed those as much as the real colour markers, because the real colour markers are the ones that are the most popular. But the marker pens have been a bit of a revelation for RailStuff this year as well, because obviously we sell the individual pens as well. I still keep doing this, by the way. I still keep saying we. There is no we.
I don't sell them.
And I sell the individual pens as well, and literally hundreds of those this year. It's been mad. They've been great, but also the full sets as well have been very popular. But hey, look, we're not here to chat about AK pens as much as I'd love to, because they're a slight obsession of mine at the moment. And I think a slight obsession of yours actually at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to say that I've discovered, with all the influx of sort of people doing lovely 3D printed objects for layouts in double O gauge, you can just sit at home, not in front of the railway, the irony, and just paint away while you're sat pretending to enjoy what the wife's put on telly.
What does fantastic. The wife put on telly?
Oh, at the moment, it's Traitors is the thing in our household.
Oh, is that back on, is it?
Yeah, but now you've got like the American version and the Australian version. It's like, oh my word. I just can't deal with that kind of telly. I mean, the program itself is nice, not saying anything about that. It just doesn't float my boat.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. It's I don't know, doesn't really appeal. But you see, what we do is we just sit in different rooms and ignore each other.
That's living the dream. But no, I mean that's what I've been up to. But what have you been up to, Adam?
Not enough, to be honest. The N-Gage layout has not moved on one iota.
Isn't that because you've been making everyone else make a part of an N-Gage layout?
Well, yes. That
I got you there, don't you worry.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's been a bit of a revelation as well this year. If you don't know what Richard's talking about, then earlier on this year, in fact, it was May the 1st, I think it was, we launched the Make a Scene competition in partnership with JS Models and Train Tracks and World of Railways. So you buy a box from me that contains a small hexagonal baseboard with a piece of N-Gage Kato Unitrack. And the only rules are you have to fix that piece of track to the marked area on the board. And apart from that, you can do whatever you want with that scene. And the idea is it's to be a creative competition. It's to celebrate the creativity of our hobby. So we spend a lot of time talking about locos and rolling stock and all that kind of, which is great. And we're going to talk about that kind of stuff in a bit as well. But I love the scenic side, the creative side, and we wanted a competition that kind of celebrates that. So if you want one of these boxes, by the way, rail-stuff.com, £27 for a box, £2 from every box goes to Andy's Man Club as well, the men's mental health charity. Then we'll select some finalists who will then be invited to have their hexagons displayed at the NEC at the end of November, and on the Saturday of that show, the public will vote for the winner, and we'll announce the winners on the Sunday at the NEC. So, yeah, it's kind of exciting, and it's brought some new people to RailStuff, and it's amazing watching what some people are putting together. I haven't started mine yet. I've got a board.
Neither have I, actually.
Well, no, you haven't. And have you ever modelled in N-Gage before?
Yes, N-Gage is where I started.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my first layout was our first proper layout, I should say, was 12 foot by 2 foot across one of my bedrooms when I was younger.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, in which case, you should be a dab hand at N-Gage modelling then?
No, because it failed miserably, and I moved to Double O and never looked back. But that's a different story.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing seeing what some people are doing. So, Michael from Chandwell, if you've not come across the Chandwell channel on YouTube before, then go hit it up. It's now probably my second favourite model railway YouTube channel.
After Chadwick Model Railway?
Yes.
I'll say it.
And he's incredible, the work that he's doing. Somebody's done a 3D printed Roman Colosseum with a track running through it and like gladiator style figures in the middle. Jonathan's done this incredible beach scene. Have you seen Jonathan's one?
I have. I watched the videos, and to be honest, I mean, particularly I've seen the obviously Chanwell's go, and then Jonathan's, and blimey, the bar is set very high, very early on.
It really is. There are some others coming in as well that are spectacular. So yeah, look, thank you to everyone that's got involved in that. It's been really humbling to see so many people like the idea and the concept, and I'm really looking forward to the NEC when we've got all of the best ones connected together in one giant layout. So
I naively assumed you'd sell sort of a handful, several, that kind of thing, but hundreds have gone, haven't they?
Yes. I don't actually have a current count, but I actually ran into a problem. It was a nice problem to have, but I ran into a problem. And originally it was going to be, okay, we'll send batches out once a month. So place your orders and then we'll send batches out. And I thought, yeah, maybe I'll have 10, 15 of them to make up and send out. Very quickly became apparent that idea wasn't going to work. So I've been really, really lucky, actually, that despite the fact that my parents live over in Suffolk, there is somebody that was a friend of my mum's who moved from Suffolk and randomly moved to the same town as me. She's retired and wants stuff to do. So she has taken on the task of packaging all these boxes up for me. So I just keep delivering her stuff that goes in these boxes, because inside you get the hexagon board, the track, you get some sculptor mold, you get some true to scale universal ground cover, you get some paint, you get some hedge foliage. I feel like I've missed something as well, but anyway, and a roll of plaster cloth, which is actually where our relationship started, but we'll get back to that another time. And yeah, so she helps me package all of that up with the printed instructions and a leaflet, and yeah, so that's been a huge help because it now means that I actually keep them in stock. There's a shelf over there with some in, and
looks at shelf.
Yeah, looks at shelf, points at shelf. Even though this is an audio podcast, nobody can see where I'm pointing, but I'm pointing at it.
Pictures shelf.
Exactly. And then they get sent out. So that's worked really well. So thank you, Christine, for your help. Even though you probably won't listen to this, but thank you anyway.
We haven't spoken about our sponsors.
No, we haven't. And
competition.
Oh, right. So yes, I'm glad you've brought that up because I don't actually know what's happening with that. So I need you to talk about it. But also, I noticed you said sponsors, plural.
Sponsors, plural. It's going to be fairly predictable, I think, to some. But yeah, we have a new one.
Which is? So
we are kindly sponsored by Accurascale and Hellion.
Very good.
Hellion.com, I should say, as well.
And is this the way that we are pronouncing it now? Because obviously, I think the correct way is like Hellion or something like that. And everyone else says Helgen, but you're sort of going with Hellion, which is like a more correct way of saying it, but with a British twist. Is that how we're going?
I find the polite way is to start with Hellion and then just revert to Helgen.
Yes.
Yeah, because then you've respected the fact that that's their actual name.
Yes.
And then we revert to much loved nickname in the UK.
Yes.
Helgen.
Okay, so yeah, thank you to Accurascale and of course Hellion for being on board for this, the third iteration of Junctions and stuff. And you mentioned a competition.
Yes, not only are they sponsoring the podcast to help keep the lights on, but they're also providing a prize for us to give away with this series, which will be a sound-fitted locomotive. So presumably of your choice. I presume it's got to be in stock or on pre-order. But yeah, that's for us to determine how we're going to give that away. But they've given us one to give away, which is fantastic.
I have some ideas on how we could do this, which we'll discuss over some lunch after this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Thank you to Acurascale / Hellion.com for sponsoring the podcast and that as well. So that's absolutely fantastic. And in episode 2, we will let you know how the competition will work.
And by episode 3, we'll announce that a Richard Rotson has won the competition.
Are there any Engage available?
No, actually. Between the combined companies now, they only don't do Engage.
It's literally just Engage that you don't do now.
Get the hint.
Yeah, come on. Sort your sent out.
You can do TT and O.
Yes.
And 009.
I know. Where's my
and
N?
HO. You know, there's a Gauge 1 loco in the Hellion range. And, yeah.
Where's my Engage?
I think it was eaten by the Gauge 1 loco.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, that's not the overall subject of this episode. So please, Mr. Episode subject man, tell us the subject of the episode.
Yes, so for episode 1, we are going to discuss the golden era of ready-to-run model railways. Ooh. Are we in the golden era? I think so.
Well, there's your answer. So thanks very much for listening, and we'll be back next week.
That was easy, wasn't it? Done.
Yeah. So you think we're in the golden era of ready-to-run? So I know ready-to-run is a fairly obvious thing, but for those that maybe don't understand, what do you mean by ready to run?
So ready to run are models which, quite literally what it says on the tin, models which are ready to run. You wouldn't be expected to do anything else to them in terms of detailing them up, renumbering, weathering for some cases. And you would have the definitive model, the best you can get currently. And I think we're in that era of, I can't quite see how it can get much better.
So this is as opposed to like kit build locos or anything that needs additional detail applying, things like that. So ready to run is the stuff that you'll walk into a model shop or go to a show and buy in a box, and you can take it out and stick it on your layout straight away. Yes,
and it's the best you'll get and the exact model of a prototype.
Why are we in the golden era?
So I have done a bit of research.
Oh no!
Just to show you what.
Research Richard is back.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about like?
I'm going to give you a few stats.
Again.
So globally and within Europe, the model railway market is this year projected to grow 5%. Would you believe?
Wow.
So we're back in growth, which is good. The UK model railway market itself is estimated to be worth £80 to £120 million. That's £80 million to 120, not £80.
Yeah. Otherwise, that was a pretty wide.
It's anyone's guess.
80 to 120 million pounds. Okay.
I mean, how much of that is RailStuff?
Well, I don't sell
2/3
locos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, the UK alone, for UK outline model manufacturers, we have 14 mainstream manufacturers in the UK, which is incredible when you think about it.
All right, let's play the game. Can we name all 14? So we'll take it one each. So I'll start with Hornby. Your turn.
Oh, you can't do it like that because I'll forget what you've said. Acurascale.
Bachmann.
Helgen. How many are we on? 4.
Yeah. Rapido.
You've got Dapple.
Cavalex.
You've got Minerva.
Oh, I didn't know that one. Was this before or after the closure debacle
of KR models?
Yeah.
I presume after.
That puts me in bother then. Does Graham Farish count as an extra one?
They do. You've got Graham Farish. You've got. Do you want me to speed up a bit?
Yeah, because I've got to 9, and I think my knowledge runs out there.
So you've got people like EFE Rail. You've got Oxford Rail.
Yeah.
Oxford Diecast do some trains as well.
There's 2 left. We've got 12.
Oh my word! That's going to test me now, isn't it?
All right, I don't think we can get them. If you know the final 2, stick them in the comments, either on Spotify or on YouTube, and show off that you know more about the industry than Research Richard.
And another one that we're not going to be guessing, I'm going to throw this out now, but this year alone, we've already had 60 plus brand new tooled models hit the market.
I definitely can't play that game.
So we're going to start with... so, I mean, if you
how many of those are Akira scale?
Not as many as you'd think this year, actually. But no, there's a handful. I mean, we've had the Class 50s, the 60s, the 37-9s is all new, pannier tanks, Class 89s, that kind of thing. So, I mean, in the sort of last year, very healthy across the board.
And Rapido are coming out with plenty as well.
Yeah, in terms of new models and SKUs, they are running away with it.
Really?
Hundreds.
I can't remember the name of it. I want to say like an S160 or something.
S160, yeah.
It was an S160. So that one intrigues me, and I'll tell you why. If you go a few miles in that direction, then you get to the Churnet Valley Railway, and the main loco that runs on there is a S160. And I always wondered why a British heritage line ran a steam loco that had USA written down the side of it, but now I know why. So yeah, that's an interesting model, and they look very nice, I have to say.
Yeah, they're very good. They're fresh as we're recording this as well, so they've landed in the last couple of days with retailers.
Indeed.
But no, when we say 60 new tooled models, that's powered models, I should add. So locos.
Yeah.
And then a loco project for any manufacturer is probably the most expensive investment they can make. And it's just, I mean, a real sign of the, shall we say, the size of the industry, the size of the market.
Yeah.
That there's the confidence there to basically produce so much stuff, in effect.
I have heard people recently, and I don't agree with them, by the way, but I've heard a few people say, "Whoa, they released too much."
Yes, well, there's so much being released that you couldn't buy it all unless you're a Millions winner.
But you don't have to.
No, but being in a collector hobby, naturally you want to collect things. I mean, like you've just mentioned the S160. I really want one just because it's new and shiny and come out and they've done a seemingly nice job. So, but I suppose you've then got to look at your own budgets and think, well, I can't have several locos a month. So
the thing is, there's loads of things that I want to buy, but I can't because I don't have the money for it. So yeah, I get the point about it being a collecting hobby, but it doesn't mean that you have to. No,
and just because as an individual you can't buy everything doesn't mean that you could say the wider hobby is producing too much. Per se. There's always going to be exceptions to the rule.
Yeah.
Because it's I don't know how the powers that be, even just with my job at a Akira scale, decide how many, say, Class 37-9s to make. I wouldn't want to call that because you have to put that order in years before.
Yeah.
And then hope it sells the other end. So there's always going to be exceptions to that rule. But
absolutely. It's forecasting, my friend. It's all forecasting. Yeah. I used to have to do forecasting when I worked in a product sales job, and invariably I got it wrong. So
that's why you're not doing it anymore, is it?
Well, no, I used to put in what I thought was a realistic forecast, and then I'd get told, if you think that's all they're going to sell, then why are we even bothering? So I just had to make the forecast bigger so that I didn't get shouted at. And then we ended up with too much stock. But anyway, there you go. That was not in the model railway hobby, but there we go.
And then, of course, the joys of there being so many manufacturers and so many new models is it causes natural competition, which is all to the benefit of us as hobbyists. So you've got an ever rising spec of model. In theory, you've got more competitive RRPs.
But does the kind of, what do you think brands are chasing more? And you probably know this, but are brands chasing more sales through lower price points, or are they chasing more sales through higher detail? Because I've always said there are two ways to create value in a product, right? You can either make it cheaper or you can make it better, because then if it's at the same price, then the value has increased because you're getting more for your money. So what ow, I just banged my arm.
I heard that. That sounded like it hurt.
What are manufacturers chasing more, do you think? Lower RRPs or more detail?
Well, what's to say they can't do both in some regard? Because, I mean, this is it. As a hobbyist point of view, all the manufacturers want your pocket money.
Yeah.
And they've got to, quite frankly, work for it. So you can't just sit on your laurels anymore. Otherwise, you'll be left at the wayside. So it's quite exciting to see the new ideas, the new ways to market, and the new methods, if you like, new good ideas to be able to sort of achieve both. Because I mean, you only have to look across the sea to our friends in Europe, and you look at those RRPs. Most of their industry over there also sort of duplicate and things like that, but their RRPs are so much higher.
Really?
Than over here, yeah.
Okay.
We've got it very lucky, even though it doesn't feel like it when you're at the tills.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's but we've got a very healthy hobby in this country anyway, haven't we, compared to other parts of the world? What about like compared with the likes of the US and Canada? What's our pricing like compared to those guys?
It feels different over there in the sense of over in the UK and Europe, we tend to chase the best model you can make for your money, whereas over there you tend to sort of go for a bit more value sort of model. But I mean, that's probably generalising quite a bit. But the layouts tend to be much bigger over there, so therefore people can buy more. Therefore, their market's bigger, and manufacturers can just afford to be cheaper without having to try.
Right, I see what you mean. Yeah, volume game makes it cheaper.
Yeah, well, when you're in manufacturing, volume is everything.
Absolutely. Well, and not just in manufacturing, in retail as well. Trust me.
Yeah.
More volume makes everything better. Yeah. So, what else makes it the golden era? Because you mentioned about like weathered stuff as well.
Yes, and I thought about that when I wrote that down in my notes. The irony is, I mean, the Curoscale don't do weathered models. But you do see, I mean, with the competition, you get, like we've mentioned, you get duplication, things like that. But how do you make one model better than the other if they're all brand new and they're all feature rich and things? One option is to either release a model weathered, or the retailer itself can offer a weathering service.
Yes, yeah.
And again, it's just about chasing that next level to offer the best of the best.
You don't do weathering, do you, on your locos?
As in myself?
Yeah.
No. Because I'm terrible at it.
But do you have weathered locos?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I purchased some in the past. Sort of where you get the sort of premium weathered service, or I've sent models off to be weathered. I mean, in more recent times, I'm not so bothered by a weathered model myself, but that's just a personal preference. Whereas I think some layouts look absolutely fantastic when everything's weathered.
Yes, yeah.
But I mean, dare I say, it's a whole nother level of cost.
Oh, indeed.
Or skill, depending on how you go about it.
Indeed. What about DCC? Because obviously, as you know, I'm trying to get myself into the world of DCC now, following our previous series. Does that add to this being a golden era?
Yes, I think DCC is where we're going to see new battlegrounds formed, because we're on the verge of the next generation of DCC functions. So currently, you could quite easily expect a very realistic sound file from, say, multiple speaker outputs, correct lighting functions, and then feature-rich locos in that sense. I mean, that sounds a bit like I'm reading a catalogue, but they're very good. But then the next generation is looking very exciting. So you could add, with all the modern controls, you could add let's say a fuel gauge. So your loco eventually would run out of fuel unless you visited a diesel pump, for example, or it could fail, and you've got all these extra things. And then, of course, we've just seen from Ellis Clark trains, they've just released stereo sound for the first time. I imagine the others will catch up very quickly because they have to, like the Zimmos and the ESUs of the world. But for those who don't know, stereo sound is basically multiple sound points, but not playing the same noise, if you like.
Yeah.
And whereas currently it's the same noise for the bulk.
That's interesting.
So in effect, you could have, I suppose, if say you had a multiple unit, you could have the sound of a toilet light going on or off from the coach that it's in, as opposed to out the speaker that's churning out the engine noise.
Yeah. I mean, the detail of that gets incredible, doesn't it? And yeah, that kind of level of difference gives us a lot more choice, of course. But some people would say that that's the kind of stuff that then pushes prices up as well, though.
Well, in theory, it would, but then I suppose you have to offer something to make your new models hold up to their value as it is.
Yeah.
And then, of course, with competition, you can't just run away with it and sort of say, well, this is new, so it's now £500, just because you want to, because it won't sell.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that's probably one of the reasons we are in such, as hobbyists, I should say, a golden era of ready to run, because all these manufacturers are vying for your business. And yeah, we could argue there's a lot of manufacturers and a lot of product, but ultimately they have to work hard for your money, which make it good for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Just another thought, though, is that by buying something ready to run, are we losing some of those old skills of building kits and putting things together yourself, and the joy of the kind of self-engineering work that you do? Do we lose all of that?
See, that's an interesting point, that is, and I'm very much on the side of the camp that nowadays, because locos are so intricate and individual, you can build a layout to a single loco purchase. So, for example, if I went out tomorrow and bought a 009 gauge double fairly from the Festiniog railway, that loco would be so specific to that railway that I could then, in my mind, build the Festiniog line on a little layout. And so, in effect, the high fidelity of ready to run encourages people to build more. Does that make sense? Rather than just a roundy.
Yeah.
You're now trying to build a specific line or a specific era.
So it's like they're transferring those loco building skills into building a bigger world for the loco to run in?
Yes. I mean, you could argue, in the same argument, you could say 3D printers and whatnot stop modelling skills. I just think it changes it slightly. So rather than me, say, making a pallet in 00 gauge, let's say, I've now got something to make me a pallet, so therefore I'm now modelling a depot. Yeah.
In the same way that you could argue, well, now we've got paint pens, we're losing the art of paintbrushes and fine painting and all that kind of stuff. But it's just a different method, isn't it?
And to be honest, it's all about, like we've mentioned in previous episodes, it's all about the journey of getting the result you want.
Are there still people building 00 locos, for example, from scratch?
I would presume so. I mean, there's a hobby in every quarter of the hobby.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a fairly sort of millennial modeler, I call myself, because I like to buy things off the shelf ready to run.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then all my sort of modelling effort is about building the layout for those models.
It's interesting, actually. So,
But then I wouldn't take to a kit. Like I wouldn't build a loco myself out of brass.
so in theory, what you're saying then is the golden era of ready to run is driving a golden era of building layouts?
Well, in theory,
Or is
yes.
that a bit too much of a leap?
No, I think you could say that, because I mean, if you're able to model, say, a Class 37 that was only based in South Wales in a colliery type setting, then you're going to build that layout, and you're going to be very specific with all the various avenues for that layout.
Well, it gets me thinking about things like it. So, for example, I mentioned about the S160 and the Churnick Valley line. I would love to model the Churnick Valley line sometime. And have you ever been on the Churnick Valley?
No, we threatened to do it last season.
Yeah. Well, before we go for lunch, I'm going to take you up to Foxfield because it is literally 2 minutes away.
Ooh.
Just so you can see what's up there. That's even smaller, but that is very, 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 very local to RailStuff. And then Churnick Valley is kind of 20 minutes away. But it's a beautiful railway. I forgot to tell you.
Oh,
A slight tangent, but it's related. I struggled to pronounce a particular tram-related attraction in past series.
Craich.
Yes. I'm going there this weekend.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they got in touch with their lawyers,
No.
destroying their name.
No, I'm going there this weekend, taking Billy, because my parents are visiting, so and they took me there when I was a kid. So we're going to go up there.
Oh, that sounds fun.
There we go. That was off on a tangent, but it just came back to me. But yeah, so like because it's local, I would love to model that, and I could. There'd actually be nothing to stop me.
And I suppose the joys of ready to run being as it is, you could probably get yourself. Well, I don't know, but you could probably get yourself a era or railway specific rolling stock selection.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And actually the particular S160 that is down at the Churnick Valley is one of the ones that have been released by Rapido as well. Which is great because I could have that and then model the Churnick Valley. But what it would then do is if I was modelling the Churnick Valley, it would force me into, let's say, for example, I wanted to model Cheddleton Station, which still exists, or Froghall, which is just down the road. I would then probably need to start scratch building the buildings. So in some ways, it might encourage me to do more modelling, but just different types of modelling compared to building a loco in the first place, which I never would have done.
Yeah, it's just techniques have moved forward, really. But I mean, that doesn't mean it stops. It just means from the ready to run side, you no longer have to be able to twist brass.
Yes. But you need to, because you've just bought some brass rod, haven't you?
I have, yes.
What's that for?
I'm going to have a play making some catenary. The Mark III headspans you find on the East Coast main line. They're very, very fiddly, and they've defeated quite a few people who design catenary for their product range, if you like.
Right.
So making it suitable for mass production is proving difficult.
So you're going to have to scratch build.
Yeah.
Which you can do because you've got ready to run locos.
Ready to run locos, which would sit underneath it. But yeah, I mean, it's that kind of thing, because I don't have to worry about the trains per se. I can just get on. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's fantastic, really. You can pick, not only can you have the loco you want or rolling stock you want, you've got the choice of price points, you've got the choice of accuracy, dare I say it, you've got the choice of functions as well, and then you've got multiple companies doing the same thing. So you spoilt. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, you've done a very good advertising for the industry job there.
It's job done.
It's almost like that's your job.
Well, For one particular company, yes. But
Yeah, indeed. Although not this week. You've been off, haven't you? You've had a bit of time off.
2 weeks off.
Wow.
Yeah, with a show in the middle.
Yes.
as we were. So we've just got back from Chatham Historic Dockyards as we're recording this.
Yes.
Which we were both in attendance, actually.
We were, and we managed a nice steak dinner on the Saturday night as well, and
A couple of candles.
Yep, and James took us out in his pop and bang mobile.
Yeah,
that was good. I
think
enjoyed
that's
that.
just a hole in the exhaust, isn't it?
No, that was a very pleasant evening out, and it's one of the things I love about going to shows is that obviously you're not there at all of the shows, but I spend a lot of time with Jonathan from JS Models, and we tend to sit in the bar whiling the night away, and getting food together and all that kind of stuff. And it's just really nice, the whole show circuit vibe these days. It feels like a really nice community right about now. So it was very nice being down at Chatham.
It's fun. I always say I find it interesting when some people get annoyed that you enjoy your work.
Yeah,
and it really is palpable for some people. But no, it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. But at the same time, you're there. There are plenty of things that are still hard yakka though, because on the Friday I arrived at like 11:30, having set off at 7:30 in the morning, and then spent the entirety of the rest of Friday setting up in 30+ degree heat and just dripping everywhere. So that wasn't so much fun, but then the rest of the weekend was nice, and it was nice to spend time with people and like-minded folk and all that kind of stuff. So swings and roundabouts, my friend, swings and roundabouts.
Shows is a very interesting one because I suppose similar to the ready-to-run market, there's a lot of competition currently for shows, whether you've got small local or your sort of medium regional shows. And then of course you've got your national shows.
Yep.
A couple of companies running those, and it's really good because they're all having to vie for your custom.
They are. I could go into a lot of detail on shows, which I won't do in this episode because time is marching on. But we could certainly have a long conversation about shows because I've got plenty of opinions to. Most of them positive. I love shows, and I think they're great. There are some things that some shows do a lot better than others, and obviously I come at it with the opinion of a trader. And it's interesting when you talk to other traders that there are some shows that just very quickly on this, there are some shows that treat traders like they are there to pay for the layouts to be there. And then there are other shows that treat traders like they are a reason for people to attend the show. And the difference between those show organisers is huge right now. And I think some traditional approaches to model railway shows is having to adjust a little bit because traders aren't just there to pay for layouts to attend. We're part of the show as well. So
you could argue that retail spaces are, because everyone loves running around the trade stands to get a bargain and things like that. You see it, people see those first before layouts.
Yeah,
and again, I suppose because there's so much in this comes full circle in ready to run that people are after the bargains, after seeing what they can get before stuff sells out. Or
and also in a world where there are fewer and fewer model shops on the high street, shows bring model shops to a location for the weekend effectively. And I think there are times where you could have model railway shows that are just trade and people would still attend them because actually people go to model railway shows to shop as much as they do to look at layouts. I'm not recommending that anyone does that, by the way, because the layouts are fantastic to look around and that's where you get your inspiration from. And I've said that kind of stuff a million times before, but I think trade is really important at shows, and but a good balance of trade, different types of trade, the right traders doing things in the right way makes for a great show. But hey, I could jump on a soapbox about that all day.
If only you had a podcast.
Indeed, yeah, indeed. I tell you what, I do have
Is a model railway related joke.
It is, yeah, because
Is it that time already?
The baton has been passed back to me today.
Yeah, because mine were terrible last season.
And I've actually got a proper model railway joke.
Oh, we're talking laugh out loud funny because
No.
this is a very depressing segment.
Why is it depressing?
Because I listened back to some of the pieces of gold that I delivered last season, and it was just painful.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you call a decoder-equipped locomotive that no longer runs?
The temptation to say something inappropriately there is it's high. I have no idea. What do you call a
decoder-equipped locomotive that no longer runs? DC ceased.
Oh my word!
Oh, come on.
To be fair, that's quite funny, but yeah, we should do road junctions and stuff. Christmas crackers,
Junctions and stuff. Joke book. I mean, it's a couple of bits of.
I mean, it's
scrap paper.
It's either an amazing idea or the verges of a midlife crisis for the pair of us. But I'll take it.
What do you mean verges of? I'm deep in mine. I started a model shop.
Thanks to so much ready to run, I can't afford a midlife crisis.
I think we are both the definition of midlife crisis. Ah, dear. Never mind. Anyway, that's been an interesting first episode.
It's good to be back.
It is good to be back. And I think what I would suggest is that we now go and get some lunch. And then we'll come back and record episode 2.
Yes, where we will have full details of our competition, which we're running for this season.
As long as we figure it out over lunch, yeah.
Hopefully. And and once again, we'll say big thank you to our podcast sponsors, Accurascale and Hellion.com.
Indeed, yep. Thank you to the pair of them. Thank you to you as well, our dog.
Our dog?
Our dog.
I was thinking, Lulu.
By the way, I loved Lulu's latest appearance. She looks in good health.
She's going grey, mind.
Well,
dearie me.
Aren't we all?
Need to get some mascara out.
Oh,
colour her in.
Bless her. Paint pens.
Paint pens. Oh
no.
My word! I missed that, didn't I? Dear me.
Not to be recommended on animals.
We'll have to go in. That's the question.
Indeed. Anyway, join us for episode 2. Thank you very much for listening to episode 1. Don't forget, if you want to buy some stuff, you can go to rail-stuff.com. And if you want to watch some stuff, then just search for New Junction on YouTube. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon.